Hello viewers, welcome to another interesting episode of Views and Opinions here on Hill Media Africa. It's your girl Oguneke Omotola, and today our topic of discussion is children as custodians of our democracy. However, before we step further, I encourage you to like this video, share and also subscribe to be part of this growing process. It's another time of the year again where we celebrate our children and of course our dear country's democracy. This is a double celebration as we engage in celebrating our children and our democracy. However, it is important to note that the children are the custodians of the democracy we practice today. Stay tuned as we engage in this short report, after which we head on to our street parliament to get their views on this topic. Don't go anywhere.
Democracy has been defined in different contexts by various scholars. According to Wikipedia, it is a form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation or to choose governing officials to do so. However, the most simplified and widely acceptable definition of democracy is that of Abraham Lincoln, who defined it as government of the people, by the people, and for the people. That is to say that democracy is a government that is people-centered, generally associated with the ancient Greek system in the golden era of monarchical rule, when the world was ruled by lords, kings, and emperors. The Greek concept of representation gave birth to the modern democracy, which is now the most widely acceptable system of government in the contemporary world. The universal concept of democracy has been further polarized by local and national values, which has since brought forth types like direct democracy, electronic democracy, representative democracy, participatory democracy, and deliberative democracy. Nigeria, which prides herself as the largest democracy in Africa, has had its fair share of government instability. Since her independence from Britain in 1960, Nigeria has witnessed successive military interruptions of her democracy. From her first republic in 1963, which was shortly overthrown by a bloody military coup in 1966, Nigeria is now in her third republic with a 24-year-old progressive democracy and has every reason to celebrate as the country prepares to swear in new democratic leaders come May 29, 2023. It is providential, however, that Nigeria's Democracy Day is on the heel of Nigeria Children's Day celebration, May 27th, as we explore the narratives of children as the custodians of our democracy. That is to say, the manner in which we practice our democracy and the values we uphold today is what the children will inherit for tomorrow. Some powerful people who influenced how democracy in Nigeria was practiced 20 years ago has lost considerable amount of influence 20 years later. So rather than calling the shot in 2023, they sit on the observation bench while others call the shots using the same templates they set. What goes around comes around, and also what we allow or disallow today will haunt us or vindicate us tomorrow.
Democracy can be defined as government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
May not give us a true view of what democracy should be.
I wish to vote the right governor or president.
To exercise their franchise as the citizens
suffering from an epileptic trauma.
They elect who they want to be their governor.
It gives us fair and a good representative.
I must say the modern day democracy as we have it in Nigeria, it's not too good. If maybe the swearing in would be a successful one, but if it is, then we would always expect something good, but we are not in their heart to decide whether or not they will do the right thing.
It's supposed to be government that is brought in by people that are to be governed. And then they are the people that are supposed to elect the person they want to rule them or lead them. They are supposed to, such government is supposed to, center on the need and aspiration of people. Sincerely speaking, the democracy practiced in Nigeria may not give us a true view of what democracy should be. If you check what happened in the last election, we have a lot of video clips of people that came out to vote and they were not allowed to vote. A lot of things, national boxes, ballot boxes, a lot of things happened that scared people away from voting. And if I'm to judge such election, I may say that we did not get the real thing we are looking for in democracy. So, and our children, they were all there. They were watching televisions, the internet was there. People were seeing all the things that were happening in Lagos State, in different states in Nigeria. And for a child who is like the children we are teaching, some of them are of age to read news, to listen to news. I think they've learned all they need to learn.
The government we have right now are not helping matters, because if the government are doing what they are supposed to do, we won't be facing this kind of problem we're having. You can see from the even the election that we had, even an unborn child in the womb can testify that Nigeria is suffering from an epileptic situation.
I think in the near future, democracy will be a handover type of government. I want you to be the governor. I want you to be the president. I want to be in this. I want to do that. I'll call you and give it to you. No longer voting or no longer election. It's going to be you will be our president. After me, you will rule.
Democracy has not really impacted our children in a positive way, because my recent experience in democracy, I don't really think it's a good one. I don't really think it's something to write home about, because democracy is supposed to be government of the people, by the people. But in this case, it's not really by the people. It's not really for the people. It's now by appointment. It's not really by election like it's supposed to be.
The youths are rising up. Yeah, we're doing better than our parents did in terms of standing up and speaking for ourselves, saying what we want, and choosing to lead the way. Yeah, so I think in future, yes, democracy should be better than it was, like it is right now, and the way it was before.
We have to vote in our leaders. We vote in the leaders when we have reached up the age of 18.
Democracy means or refers to the systemic way of government by which people or individuals from a particular country vote for their representative.
When you're about to choose your leaders, you have to choose the right person. Because if you may choose the wrong person, the person may lead you into the thing which you may not like, or rude you in the place which you may not like it.
I would say that students no longer believe that their votes now count. When we all voted for P2B and we were like thinking that he will be the winner. But unfortunately, they gave it to Tinubu due to he has money or he has bribed all the INEC chairmen. To me, I cannot come and vote again, to me, because the last vote I casted, they did not do it fairly.
Democracy means a systematic way of whereby the people in the country are come to vote indirectly or directly.
I just hope and pray that things will be done free and fair, the way it should.
Welcome back, viewers. Still on Children as Custodians of Our Democracy, we currently believe that our actions today deplete what our children reflect on tomorrow. Democracy, the government of the people, by the people and for the people, should be practiced for posterity. Our transparent involvement in democracy, from our families down to the society, will go a long way setting good examples for our children who are the custodians of this democracy. Before we wrap up this episode, I have this short question for us. Are children still the leaders of tomorrow? Well, let's know that in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, share and also subscribe. Till next week, I remain Oguneke Omotala. Stay blessed.